Just run for office.
You go to what many people would call dark places. Comedy is horrible.
Are you proud of yourself?
But Chom, I thought you of all people had my back.
I would do it as a social experiment. Just run for office and see how many votes I get. And then sit in parliament and nap.
No, I'm thinking of things that people could possibly bring up if ever.
You have to, because isn't that what the spin doctors do?
But
They
you
come
know
and
what?
they delve into your past and they bring it up.
My
first.
wildest life was before social media, which I'm always grateful for.
Me too.
Because phones now, and but there's always that one evil person.
That's
An
waiting.
old camera.
And they're waiting.
Wait.
Clock the upside of failure. Today we are sitting with award-winning comedian and veteran of South African comedy, Marc Lottering, in the studio.
Wow.
We take your calls at 011
Bang, bang. Shots fired.
The WhatsApp line 0727021702. There is this belief, especially over the past decade and a bit, where we've become more woke, where people just believe that comedians are depressed people who share their life stories and give us permission to laugh at it. And the reason we're laughing is because we're so traumatized. We haven't dealt with our things. So
Yes.
we're all kind of laughing at traumas. Is that something that you would say is kind of accurate for yourself?
Yeah, the two ways in which I look at that. You know, I received so many phone calls from people. For example, when Robin Williams committed suicide, and the whole conversation started again about, and now from friends,
Matthew Perry.
And then this conversation started again with people saying, check in on your friends, check in on the comedians, and people were messaging me, how are you? Are you okay? And there is this thing that, when you go and watch a show, now especially just to come back to Joburg again, when I perform here in Joburg, I can tell you, even before, as I walk onto stage, the raucousness and the madness and the deliciousness from the audience is what every comedian wants when you walk out. But it's so interesting because I think the reason Joburgers scream so loudly when they see a comedian who they like is because they go through so much. They go through so much.
We don't have an ocean to at least go
Yes.
by and just...
So then there's the comedian, and the comedian is essentially a part of everybody in the audience. So you reflecting the stories of what everybody's going through, and obviously it is my task and every other comedian's task to come up with an amazing punchline to a story.
Yes.
Because that's what you do, and people just need to laugh. But every story, by the time it's presented on stage, it can look amazing, but it does come from a place of, the tamest thing I can say is frustration in the least. So if I've got a character who's a cashier, for example, and she's insane, so she sits at a till and talks about every South African who comes through a till and what she's really thinking about this person, depending on what's in their trolley. So that's just a point of annoyance, and people are annoyed with cashiers, for example, if they're going to read your newspaper, you put your thing through the door, why is your front of your newspaper so interesting to her? Like, she takes her time and it turns to a chummy at the other till, and I'm, did you see what happened? So it comes from that kind of space. So I guess comedians spend a lot of time being annoyed. And in my case as well, you go to what many people would call dark places to find, because something that you cannot stop thinking about. Those are the stories I take to stage. If I cannot, now there are two things. You cannot stop thinking about something because it's just annoyed you to such an extent that you've got to talk about it, or it's made you laugh and you are crying with laughter and you go, I'm 2 days later, I'm still remembering this, I obviously have to take this to stage. But it comes from a very emotive space. So somebody then says to me at this festival that you commented about off air, KKNK.
Yes, KKNK.
Yeah, it's a strange acronym. And somebody said to me, don't get it wrong.
I think we're allowed to say this.
So then a person interviewed me at this festival, and she said to me, oh, she's read this book where this journalist said, comedy is horrible. It's great, but it's horrible if you analyze it, because it always comes from a horrible space.
Yeah.
But life is tricky, and life can be intense. And I think to go to those places, and I often go there, and you write about these things and you bring it out to stage. And for me, what I have to keep telling myself, and what I'm capable of doing, thank God, is not stay in the dark place. Because a lot of people don't have that option. And thank goodness we are now living in a time when everybody's talking about it. Young people in particular are going, please can we talk more about mental health? I'm not actually okay.
Oh, I'll tell you what we do. When Cyril did the State of the Nation address, everybody spoke about the contents. I said, what do you imagine the wife said to him before he went on stage? Do you think she said, they're all haters? I'll be like, babes, they are haters. That's what we do on my show. Because we slap bang in the middle of hard news. It's midday report, news. And then it's like afternoon drive news. So I try to lighten things up. So when we do politics, we do the completely different
from a completely
angle.
Different perspective.
Yes. That's how I was like,
so what do you think his wife said?
I imagine she's like, baby, they are haters. Don't haters.
Can't see her do that.
Those are the things I try to ask. Because John Pillman, who does our afternoon drive show, he literally is wrapping up news of the day, current affairs. Mandy Wiener's an hour of jam-packed news, so I'm in between. So I do that little bit of for a bit. Yeah. So when we do news, we just take very different angles. Yeah.
See, John, that's where it's at. I'm trying for years to tell you, listen to her.
I literally was...
She's where it's at, so I can't also be there.
It's busy there.
I literally was imagining that Cyril's wife before State of the Nation address would be like, I told you not to wait this time. Look now. Now I have to fix it all again.
I don't see that.
What do you see? She didn't know.
Show us somewhere. Wait, what state is the nation? Because South Africa.
Was I supposed to be there? Because I always wonder. I always imagine that, like, for me, I'm curious about the lives behind all of the stuff. The cameras go off. Like, I don't know if you saw that clip where Ian Sear was still rolling, where he said, "Can I go home now?" I felt that so much. Where he just was like, he looked like he was forced. It's like, can I go home? Oh, guys, my heart that day. He was like doing the thing and he just went, can I go home now?
You got that.
Yes. And I just thought, oh, shame. Are you proud of yourself?
I am proud of myself. I mean, I will share it with people tomorrow night how I feel, at the Lyric Theatre, and I can get their tickets through CompuTicket. So, and all the comedians will be in that space, so it's going to be a fabulous evening. It always is a rock and roll evening. But awards mean, the awards cannot define who we are. I cannot say that awards cannot define who we are. Said every loser. No.
Okay, I'm just serious.
No, I won't say that. I will say that tomorrow. This is my first Comics Choice Award. So I've been a loser for how long has this been going on
3
for?
decades.
So I plan to put them on their place tomorrow night and call them out, because it's the comedians who meant to vote for you, right?
But don't forget to thank you. The way Snoop Dogg thanked himself.
Wow.
Don't forget to thank you, because you're the one who would stand up, take the risk every single time.
Absolutely.
But in closing, what would you like to share with all the 702 listeners that you've learned in your life about failure? Because to do the job that you do, it's multiple rejections, it's sponsorships not coming through. Or
Oh
shows not
yeah, how
happening.
fresh and decent is that?
Yeah, you know.
Surprise, surprise!
What have you
My bag
learned?
was packed up in the email. Surprise, surprise! What do you mean we're not going to the airport?
What have you learned about failure?
Surprise. That's about a surprise as Cyril's wife before. So, what have I learned? You've got to, if you are not, listen, we all make mistakes where we think that thing is for me. Now, if that thing is not for you, you will know soon enough. But when you know that what you've set your sights on is for you, and in your heart there's peace, and you so know, this is it. I've gone down a lot of roads to get to this road, but this is the road that I envision. When disappointments come, when you're on that journey, you've just got to keep pressing on. And, you know, I said this, I never said it to your producer, or because the question was, you know, around this idea when the failures come and when things don't go your way. But you have to realize that your dream and your plan and your vision, it's your dream. It's your vision. You cannot expect that everybody must be dancing along to your tune because it's your plan. So yes, they're going to hurt your feelings. Some people, you're going to be so disappointed because you're going to go, but Chom, I thought you of all people had my back.
I am so heartbroken at our time. We are so late for the news.
Are we?
And-
Okay.
And I love you, and I so appreciate all you do for us. Please keep doing what you do.
I'm so emotional right now because I know that it's early in the year, but you're not going to get another interview to top this one. So I feel for all these other guests who are coming on. Wow. I love you, man.
I'm in trouble. I am so dead.
Okay, listen, this guy's got a lot of access to a lot of jobs. You can't work here. This one.
Listen,
No, we got you.
I'm Cora to losing my job. Please wait 2 minutes for us to take us to news.
Absolutely.
And then ons sal 'n bietjie
Okay,
foto neem.
absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun. That was so fun. I hope you enjoyed it.
Of course I loved it. He will tell you.
It was a great. No, he did.
So we grew up laughing at everything. We do the belly laugh.
You almost got me.
As long as you're not confusing guara and guava.
I just know what that is.
So what are you wearing for your award?
We were just unpacking. The
I
whole
only
black
got
tie.
only when I got to Joburg, I saw it highlighted in yellow.
But I was like, black tie is never
Stand
black
by.
tie.
Danko!
Wow. Ain't you fired?
I literally...
Gentlemen, the trick with exception. Danko!
Get that too? Turn you in there, that's it.
You guys didn't believe I actually was just gonna...
She said that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was lekker.
If they say level, why did you do it? I said, no, it was actually Mark. Mark took us to...
Danko. So many people had her on their list that now to job shadow. Teachers just came. Option 3. What was your third option? Danko.
His dad joked and said, his dad said when he was growing up, he said, let's just never let him learn to walk so he stays with us forever. Says he mustn't learn to walk or read. We just
no.
keep him with us
You're going to be
forever.
one of those random documentaries that appear on DSTV. It was a quiet summer.
No, because he's like, isn't there some growth hormoning stunting stuff? Let's just keep him portable. Keep him this size.
No, he's gonna make you money.
Oh.
You must just be sure that it's your bank account. Don't give him power terms.
Do you know what's
Goodbye.
crazy?
We joking, eh? We joking about everything.
You're like, just for the record.
Maybe we should just call it
whatever, because that's what we're going to be saying to the haters when they bring up our baggage
Yes.
from what we did in our past,
Yes.
saying we shouldn't be whatever.
Whatever. We got this. I think we should call our party side hustle, because the political stuff is our side hustle. And we'll let people know we just do this on the side, run for office.
But
on
the word
side.
hustle though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We need to rethink.
Side pieces.